Hollywood needs to understand this is how you do it. This is how you save your dying business, frankly. It's your entire business. Your entire business is dying because you don't know any better. Well, let's read this from our friends at The Hollywood Reporter. Megan 2.0 filmmaker Gerald Johnstone won't be surprised if there's another 5 of these movies. Holy crap. The writer-director talks those T2 comparisons and the fateful decision to include Megan dancing as part of the marketing for the first film, a move that helped it become a viral phenomenon. I was a big fan of Megan when it came out. The idea itself, this was one of those horror films where I see the basic plot of it in the trailer, which usually takes about, we'll call it 30 to 45 seconds. And then once they've put the hook in,
it's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out?
I'm done. I'm set. Okay. I'm ready to go. I'm so excited at that point. That's what I want. Just I close my eyes and I'm just like, yep, I don't need to know anything else about this. This movie I haven't seen thing one about. I mean, I've heard the trailer a couple times. I've not seen anything that's been going on. I am excited for it just because it was stupid. This is a stupid horror film, and sometimes you should enjoy stupid horror films. Nothing wrong with it. When the New Zealander made his major studio debut in January 2023 with Megan, he channeled his own parental anxiety regarding the emotional dependence on today's youngest generations have on their devices. In the franchise launching film that grossed nearly $182 million against a $12 million. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this for just a second. This movie cost $12 million. They reshot some of this movie. Someone I know, and maybe you know too, worked on some of those reshoots. $12 million. And it made $182. Hollywood needs to understand this is how you do it. This is how you save your dying business, frankly. It's your entire business. Your entire business is dying because you don't know any better. Katie James, Violet McGraw, lost both of her parents in a car accident, prompting her preoccupied robotist aunt, played by Gemma Foster, Allison Williams, to raise her with the help of a prototype android doll named Megan. That decision quickly backfires when Katie becomes too reliant on Megan. From there, the AI-powered toy proceeds to kill 4 people, spoiler alert, damn it, and a dog in the name of supposedly protecting Katie. This movie was fantastic. It was just so much fun. It was stupid. It was PG-13, but it was a PG-13 that you really didn't care was PG-13. They just kind of rolled with it well enough. It was good. The critically lauded techno-horror comedy also hit theaters at the same time when AI technology such as ChatGPT was beginning to take root, and so the 2020 one-shot film happened to ask many of the same questions that were now being asked in real life. Has this tech been fully baked? How can we really trust an artificial intelligent entity? Is the human workforce about to become obsolete? Johnstone's sequel, Megan 2.0, ventures to explore these very thoughts and concerns, and the filmmaker is of the mind that we do bear some responsibility in how we use AI. I personally love it when horror films and horror directors and stuff get hoity-toity, especially when they're peddling garbage. Megan 2.0 is not going to be some amazing think piece. It's going to be another dumbass Blumhouse film that you're going to watch for all the stupid little kills and a dumb little girl robot. That's what you're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm excited about. Make it happen. If AI does bad things, is that really because the thing itself is bad, or is it just because the way you've trained it? It's the way you've trained it. These things there's artificial intelligence doesn't exist, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a real thing. Johnston tells The Hollywood Reporter in support of Megan 2.0's June 27th theatrical release. Megan 2.0 underscores the point that after a defense contractor acquires Megan's leaked source code to create Amelia, Ivana Senkno? Sure. A military-grade killer android who immediately defies the U.S. government to go rogue, as they would. She begins to target anyone who had anything to do with her creation, forcing Gemma to rebuild, hopefully, a more reliable Megan as humanity's first and only line of defense. The plot may seem halfway similar to Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but Johnstone insists that that was only purely coincidental. Oh, sure it was. But you gotta admit, though, there's a really cool part about Terminator 2, right? After having seen Terminator 1 and this robot, this android robot thing is constantly coming after her, finally gets killed. Years later, she's put into a nut house. Everybody's told her she's absolutely insane. You think there's even part of her that might even start to be, thinking that exact same thing herself. And then when she's in the nut house, out of nowhere comes the big giant android man that was trying to kill her. But now he's friendly. Now he goes, come with me if you want to live. What an amazing kind of thought just to put before an audience to be like, this is how you got to think about this. Would you, if you were this woman, would you trust the thing that just, that years ago you tried to kill, you thought was, out to kill you and everything, but now is putting his hand out and saying, come with me if you want to live. Oh, shit. So good. It's really funny because the comparison started after the script was written. I thought, I guess James Cameron did it first, like everything else, Johnstone said with a laugh. But I was really just focused on the redemption arc for Megan. I'll also say that T2 would be more similar to Megan 2.0 if it was a redemption story for Arnold Schwarzenegger's first Terminator film for the Terminator. Terminator 2 has a completely different robot. That's true. That's true. It's not like they go back and it was the initial robot and they kind of just before they sent him out, I don't know. No, it's a different robot. They all just look the same. They all look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Whether we like it or not, corporate America is already integrating AI into our society, and many more issues are bound to arise from this radically evolving tech. That's particularly what Johnson believes Megan's franchise could have a long shelf life. Each subsequent film could explore the latest developments in this still maturing technology, just as the two films have already done. And honestly, I think if you're going to have any reason to continue on the Megan series, this is why you do it. And if you continue on with this idea, and I think that we do constantly need this in horror films, is there's an underlying idea of stuff. You don't need to hit us over in the head with it, George Romero. But I do think that there needs, horror can easily say something, certainly about the society and things that are going on currently and everything. And I think, especially as far as technology and stuff goes, because that is so fastly evolving all of the time, that the Megan franchise is probably as good as any to kind of explore that. Why not? I would not be surprised if there's another 5 of these movies. So who knows? Maybe I'll come back for the 5th one. As long as they're putting the dumpster truck full of money, in front of me, I'll be A-okay with that, I guess. Johnstone may be somewhat level-headed about AI and its AI in and of itself, but make no mistake, the current volatility in just about every walk of life has made him particularly nostalgic about the past. I'm trying to not be a curmudgeon, but I kind of hate this future in so many ways. Agreed. Johnson shares, it's really strange to be a parent in the modern age. You find yourself reminiscing about simpler times all the time, and it was not really the impetus for me getting involved in Megan in the first place. I think a lot of us would agree with that, Over the years, I will easily go and just be like, oh, I understand where all the old people were coming from. I get it. It's just like, yeah, those people should shut up. Yeah, I don't care what those young people say. Their opinions don't matter. They've been around for 5 minutes. Why do I care about them? I get it now. You get it. Old people dancing in public, that used to be the cringiest thing in the world. I'd be dancing in public now all I want. Why do I care? That not caring, boy, that's some big brain right there. Get old and stop caring. I'll tell you that right now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go through. There's a giant... Look at this bad boy. This is an interview like nobody's business. I would go back and I'll read this at some point. Not to you guys and everything, but I'll read it at some point after I've seen the movie. But that is a giant-ass interview there and everything, so I won't be reading all of that. But we'll leave the show notes there for you as well. But I'm excited for Megan 2.0. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. They got the same actress to do the robot again, and she's grown a little bit, so they also make the robot grow so a little bit, which is fun. And you kind of hear that in the trailer. It's like, oh, I'd also like to be taller. It's because the actress that was filling this suit would do that as well. You didn't call my buddy for the sequel, though. A little bit disappointed on you on that one, Megan, but we'll let it slide this time. But hey, there's going to be 5 more, so many more opportunities.